Hey guys, I want to take a quick second to shoot a getting started video for those of you jumping on board right now. We want to make sure we're doing our part in setting you up for success. And so if you have a pen and a piece of paper, that would be awesome to take some notes, because I'm going to kind of go through just a quick step you through the process of how to get your business off to a fast start. And so I'm going to dive right in. I will be referencing the 10-step action sheet that you can find on your app. And I will get you there in just a second. So the first thing, enroll and choose a pure enrollment pack. You guys have already done that. Step 2, set your auto ship up to 100 points minimum. Okay, why do we do this? A, we want to stay commission qualified, right? And you want to maintain your pure shares. And B, when you're on auto ship, our company gives you what's called par reward points, and they actually give you 20% back to redeem for free products later. So it is an incredible incentive. So we love auto ship. Here's how you do that. When you enrolled, you got a membership number. If you're in the US, it'll be the letters US and then a series of numbers, and that'll be your login. And then I usually, when I'm setting somebody up, I will set their password to the last 4 digits of their social security number, and then they can go in and change that. So the way you access your auto ship and your back office, you just go to livepure.com and use your membership number, your IBO number, and your password to get in, and you can click on auto ship and edit it. The other option we also have a pure mobile back office app, and that is your actual back office at a touch of a fingertip. It's right there on your phone, and so you can edit your auto ship from there as well. And it will ask you for the same thing, the username and the password, because that's special to you. So that is how you take care of that auto ship, and we want to make sure and do that. And you can change it even the night before it ships, guys, so you can always do that right there. 3, get bonus qualified. Okay, you guys, if you did the 30 share pack, you are there. You are already bonus qualified to receive the extra cash bonuses and the other pure shares as you're enrolling other people. If you did the 10 share pack, we want to go out and get 2 people to do the same thing as quickly as possible so that you can be enrolled into that pure enrollment pack bonus program. Step 4, guys, we've got to get you plugged in to our resources. I love that everything that you need to build your business is already in place. It is very simple. So the number 1 tool that we use is the Pure Biz app. It's actually, I've got it pulled up here on my phone. This is where I send video presentations to the people I'm wanting to share this with. This is where I can listen to the last Saturday morning's training calls and things of that nature, leadership trainings, guys, the forms and documents, the one I told you about that I've already showed you, the getting started sheet, also the enrollment form. Everything is in one place. Product testimonies, business testimonies, guys, everything is right here. And then sign up for text alerts. Guys, we are not going to be blasting out useless information. We're going to send out reminders of our Saturday morning training calls, where you can get on every Saturday morning and listen to top leaders that are out in the field getting this business done. We're going to send you text alerts to remind you to jump on there on Saturday mornings. We're going to send you reminders and links that you can send out for the webinars, and I'll talk about those in just a little bit. But you want to text the letters, PTG, so as in Pure Team Global, PTG to 91011. So that's PTG to 91011. Like the Pure Team Global Facebook page, we also put some information out on there as well to remind you of webinars and things of that nature. As you want to go to zoom.us and download that to your device. Okay, you can do it to your phone, you can download it to your computer, but it's a free account and it'll walk you through step by step. It's a easy process, but if you do that ahead of time, when you're sharing a webinar, you're jumping on a webinar with somebody, if you do that ahead of time, it saves you a lot of time and it just makes it go seamless. So we want to get that done beforehand. And vision statement, guys, you need to know why you're doing this business. For my husband and myself, it was all about having financial freedom, which allowed us to have time freedom with our kids and for our ministry. And so you have to know exactly why you're building this business, because the one thing I can tell you is you're going to get some no's. I mean, we all experience those. And so it's good to really know why you're doing this business. Because no's are going to come. It's just part of it. But if you know why you're doing it, that's okay, right? And so, when we sat down and wrote our vision statement, we committed to doing this business the next 2 to 5 years to make that a reality. And that's what I encourage you, because the thing about this is that if you were to go out and franchise a frozen custard place or a restaurant of some kind, and in 30 days you weren't exactly where you wanted to be, you wouldn't just quit. You've invested thousands and thousands of dollars into that. This business has the potential to return you that and so much more. And so treat it as the business and it'll pay you as a business. That's really, really important information. Make your list of people. A lot of times people will ask me who goes on the list. And people make the mistake, guys, of only putting people on their list that they think will say yes. And one thing that my mentor taught me was that amateurs only put the people on the list that they expect to say yes. Professionals put everybody on the list. And so I love having that visual, that list in front of me, because then if I get a no along the way, I can always revert back to that and see how many other people I have to reach out to. So building your list is very, very important. That is how we know who's serious about this business when we say, hey, have you built your list yet? And a lot of times they'll be like deer in headlights. Okay, I really encourage you to have a list and have direction in your business. And the system, guys, the system works, okay? So you hear us refer to the system a lot, and it's just show, share, connect. I add to that, I say show, share, connect, next. But let me just start with this. There is one vital piece of information, one vital skill that you have to master to succeed in this business, and it is the invitation, okay? The invitation. So what I want to say about that is you have to be brief and urgent, okay? And I'm gonna go through a few different ways to invite. I'm gonna go through the top 3 ways, okay? My favorite, and I think it will always be my favorite way to invite, is the telephone. I like the phone call because people can hear the power in your voice, they can hear your excitement, and that's easy, easy to convey. And so here's what I will tell you. There is power in the voice. And one thing that I did is I only made phone calls when I was like headed into a meeting, headed in to pick up the kids, where I had to keep it brief, okay? Because if you're on there forever, you're talking too much. And so you've got to be very to the point. So I would say something like, hey, listen, I really want to get caught up, but I'm running in to pick up the kids. I only have a second. If you're intimidated to pick up that phone, know that that's normal. When I started, I was scared to death of that telephone. I mean, people say it weighs 50 pounds. For me, it was 500, no joke. It was a big deal. You get with your upline leader and they will help you. We can help you we can be on the phone with you when you do your first few invites and help make that a little bit easier for you. We're more than happy to do that. My third way of inviting, now I'm going in order of what I think is most effective. Phone call, 3-way calling, and then I will tell you this is my last resort, but if you know you are super intimidated and you are not going to pick up that phone in any way, shape, or form, then you can text the invite. What I will tell you is you still have to hit the high points, okay? You've got to be very brief. People are not going to read a book report, okay? They're just not. You don't want to give much information, and so we can help you with that as well, but that is the third option. I will say this regarding that, guys. I never, ever in my invite talk about products, okay? We are definitely a product-driven company. Our products are amazing, but here's the thing. Whenever I start talking about products, that person I'm talking to immediately, their mind goes to how much is this going to cost me? When I start talking about Phil Knight's launching a company in your area, it's how much money can I make? And that's where we want their mindset to be, okay? Once you get the appointment, guys, how do we share it? Okay, we have a lot of ways. The easiest is what I already told you, the Pure Biz app, because you can literally just send those videos out like that. It is super, super simple. We also have them on pureteamglobal.com, the website. You can share it there. And then the other options is the live webinar, okay? We also have the live webinar options. We do that every Tuesday and Thursday night. There'll be a live overview. And those text alerts are going to send you that link for that every Tuesday and Thursday, but you can invite people to get on and watch them as well. So I use those. I plug people in on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, but in between Tuesdays and Thursdays, because you don't just want to work your business on those days, I am using the video links. That is how I build 90% of the time. So there are definitely different ways of showing it. If you are in person, guys, okay, this is huge. If you're not with them, you can't do this. But if you are in person, mix them up a pure energy. And 9 times out of 10, I throw in 3 metabolic 1. Because that pure energy is going to wake up their mind. They're going to be more alert. That metabolic 1 is going to wake up their body. And bottom line, when I sat down to see this, that's what they gave me. And I literally looked up at the end and said, if you can make me feel like this every day, I'm in. Because the number one question people ask is, do the products work? If you get a pure energy in their body, especially a pure energy in metabolic 1, there's no question, right? So if you're in person, that's how we share the product, okay? And then connect call. Probably the most crucial part, not probably, it is the most crucial part of the show, share, connect, okay? And it is, I'm completely transparent, I did not do a connect call for the first 6 months to a year in this business. I thought it was awkward, I didn't do it. I realized I was making it awkward. Guys, that connect call is not a close. That connect call is to show that new person that you have help in this business. And so if they say yes, they're going to have help and support in this business. It is third-party credibility. That is what it's there for, and it is huge. I've seen time and time again where the connect call has completely turned somebody around. And so that is a really, really big deal. When I started implementing the connect call, my business changed. So that is vital. So what you'll do is you'll send a group message to your upline. Some of you have multiple people that you can connect to in your group. And so put us, like there may be 3 upline leaders that you can connect to. Put them in a group text and say, connect call, 15, 20 minutes, question mark. A lot of times we just do CC 15, question mark. And then the leader that can take that will respond to that and you'll know exactly who you're calling. That is the most effective way. Never think we're too busy. Guys, we love doing connect calls. We love helping you build your business. So never, ever, ever think that we are too busy to do that. Oh, and I do want to say this, guys. To this day, even though Chris and I are black diamonds in this company, when I share this with somebody, I do a connect call with my mentor. Because they need to see that there's help other than just Leslie Forrester. So that is huge. And then closing. Once that connect call is done, you'll usually hear the person doing the connect call. I usually ask, hey, are you interested in the health side? Are you interested in extra income? I mean, what's going through your head? And you be listening for that. Because if I'm in person with somebody, I will literally, when that connect call's over, I already have an enrollment form, right, that I got from our Pure Biz app, and I already have that printed. I'm big on having those tools available. And so I will have a pen in my hand, and as soon as that is over, I will literally slide that enrollment form over to them. I will put the pen physically in their hand, and I will say, this is how easy it is to get started. Simply fill out this information at the top, and that'll get your membership in place, and just decide how strong you can come in today, or decide which pack of products you can do today. And then I just shut up, and that's the key, right? Let them mull it over, okay? A good friend of mine once said, the person that talks first loses, right? So just give them the pen, tell them what to do next. Most people are sitting there waiting for you to tell them what to do next. If you're not in person, then I still would have that enrollment form in front of me and say, listen, I can get you products headed your way immediately. It takes a couple minutes and I can get their information right then, okay? So that is good. I love that. If they do not, if they do not sign up, I expect going into a meeting that they're gonna say yes right away and sign up. If they do not, if they say, I've got to share this with my spouse, or, I've got to think about it, pray about it, whatever the situation is, I say, okay, great. But guys, I want you to understand this. The key and the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? You never, ever, ever let them control the follow-up, okay? I always control the follow-up. So I would say to them, okay, awesome. If I call you tomorrow night at 8, and just pick a time, right? But I'm picking a time. If I call you tomorrow night at 8, will that give you enough time? And I can answer any questions you have and get you started then. Will that work? Basically, what I'm doing is I'm asking permission for another appointment, basically, another phone call to follow up with them. And I like to follow up within 24 hours. Guys, 48 hours max, because the statistics show that the longer time lapses, the longer you go, the less likely you are to get them. So I like to absolutely control the follow-up, right? And then here's the key. Show, share, connect, next. In this business, I've seen it over and over. People will share this with 1 or 2 people that they think are gonna just absolutely kill it, and then they wait for them to say yes or no. The people that are moving fast in this business, they've got multiple people in the pipeline that they're sharing this with. Next. Because this is a numbers game. Okay, so let me say this about self-development, getting familiar with the app, watching product videos, things of that nature. I'm doing that during the hours that I'm not making phone calls, setting appointments, and doing connect calls. Okay, all that is revenue producing activity. Okay, so during those hours, so when I'm talking about mindset and getting familiar with those things, that's what I do really early in the morning or really late at night when I'm not making or receiving calls. So I hope that makes sense. The next thing you do, guys, let me just say this: register for the next event. These events are huge. We do events twice a year, and I mean, when we walked into our very first event, it really showed us what we had our hands on. So our belief level went from here to here, right? We walked out of there with an obligation to share this with as many people as we could. We got to meet the CEO. We got to meet the leaders. We got to learn from the people that were getting it done. It is key to get there. It is key for your business. It will actually speed your business up by 6 months to a year. So you want to be at the very next event. Qualify for the next trip. Guys, we take 2 cruises a year and 1 leadership retreat every single year. Our company does it right. We travel like 5-star. I mean, it is amazing. And so the cool part is by default, if you're shooting for and your goal is to earn the cruise, you're already setting your pathway up to earn that leadership retreat as well. So you can literally travel for free. I mean, they take care of everything from flights, everything. Okay, so it is top notch. It is done right. And so you can get with your leadership and they can help you establish what needs to be done to qualify. And so guys, I just want to in closing say this: we are all here to help. There is no silly question. This will definitely get you started, but if there's anything that doesn't make sense, please pick up the phone and call us. Let us know. We're here to help, and we look forward to working with y'all. Have a great day. To access more product and business training videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Chris Forrester 1.